Of people sharing their stories, like this commenter above, who says like, hey, I'm going back to church and I've been inactive for years. And I look at this in such a different lens now. I remember when I was out of the church and I was what you would term an ex-Mormon. I was absolutely an ex-Mormon. I had my records removed, so I don't know how you can define yourself as anything other than ex-Mormon when you've had your records removed. And I remember looking at people that like went back to church because they were reactivating. And I remember thinking, they just can't cut it out here. Like whenever somebody's traumatized, they go back to like what they're familiar with because our brain likes repetition. It likes familiarity. And so they're just going back because they're weak. That's what I thought. And I'm sure there are many people in the comment section thinking that about me right now. It's fine. Have your opinions. I was there too. I'm not judging it at all. You can have it. It doesn't bother me. However, now I look back at like people reactivating, people going back to church, me going back to church after having my records removed and taking 7 years out in the secular world. And I'm realizing that I'm going back to it because it makes me happy. Simple as that. And it's not because I'm weak or because it's familiar. Maybe it is, though. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay admitting that on some level because being human is hard. Being human and having a human experience with the hustle and grind of the matrix, with toxicity and dealing with hard people and dealing with people that, don't always rely on their better angels, having to drive in traffic and get cut off for no reason, have people being rude in comment sections of social media, people feeling like they have more liberty to be rude, how hard it is to buy groceries now, how expensive like eggs are, not to mention just the normal vicissitudes that come with life, like losing loved ones, you know, going through depression, going through anxiety, dealing with mental health issues. Life is hard, okay? Being a human is hard. And I learned all the techniques out here in the secular world. I learned all about nervous system regulation. I learned all about CBT. I learned all about meditation. I have a meditation practice. I do it almost every day. I sit, I breathe, I regulate my nervous system. I commune with God. I usually do tarot cards, if that tells you anything. I have an entire repertoire to be happy, to deal with the vicissitudes of life, the trials of life, to deal with hard things. I ground in the earth. I do all the things that we've been taught in the secular world. And yet, I still have a hard time and I still crave community. I still crave a tribe. I still crave a scheduled time to go commune with God, to connect with God, to reach for a higher source, to have service opportunities, to reach out and love my fellow man. All of those things make me happier. So even if I'm just going for those reasons because church makes me happier, that is absolutely enough. That is a great reason. And you can literally just accept that as the reason, and you don't even have to go down all the rabbit holes as to why I'm going back. I'm truly going back because I feel happier. And that in and of itself is a good enough reason in this really hard, really challenging human experience. I have community there, I have familiarity there, I have happiness there. And that is more than enough of a reason. And that is why when you look in the comments section, you will see people saying, I'm reactivated and I'm happier. Because they are. Just take it at face value. They are.